Hello, folks, back again from the house of Issey Miyake. This is my third review. I love this house, and I have a strong belief they are able to bring some great fragrances out there. And this fragrance right in front of you is no exception. The fragrance is called Issey Miyake Nuit Issey EDT. This is out there for a while now. Let's say 2014 it came, and since then this fragrance has pretty much received a very mixed review. Mostly people have bashed this fragrance for nothing, but people who have loved it really said great things about this fragrance, and my review will not be any exception. um, it's kind of unfair that this fragrance has not been given the due respect which it deserves. Probably sooner or later it will get. It's 2000, after 2014 up to now, I believe still it carries that uniqueness in it, which probably the reason people not have really get it. It has some transition in it, so which we'll talk about in a while. So I got introduced to this fragrance, let's say 2 years before. When I smelled for the first time, I had this same feeling. It's a bit difficult to understand this fragrance in earlier stages. Um, I had the same feeling. I couldn't really understand this fragrance. To me, it was a bit dark. It was a bit old school fougere kind of feeling. Very mixed feeling I got, but it struck with me. And it took me 2 years to finalize my purchase. I sampled it many times in many weathers. Always, I whenever I used to go to perfume shops, I used to test it. And finally, well, the prices were pretty much high. Still, in Middle East, it's around, let's say, above $70, $60. So finally, I got a great deal for 75 ml bottle. Let's say $30. So I have given it a fair wearing for last 2 weeks. I've been wearing it often, so I'm in a very good position to review it now. So first thing, this fragrance opens up. I'll talk about the notes, but what do I pick? I clearly pick a grapefruit in the opening. Then it transit into incensey feeling, and the dry down. It's pretty much um sweetness, a sweet dry down. And it comes from tonka bean, and then there's some notes in it. Slightly woody, slightly tonka beanish. So you can see when you see the transition, you can tell it's a very different take. Definitely, anyone who loves Issey can tell that there is a Issey DNA, but nevertheless, it does not remind me of any of the Issey other fragrances. Yes, the background would always be Issey. Like I said, if you love the house, um, I have other fragrances from Issey, like you can see, intense version, uh, Louis Desi. I know they all are different fragrances, by the way, but there is a certain way of doing Issey fragrances. So that's my point. So people have mixed review. People have said that it is a niche quality like smelling, and I can say yes. I'm not saying that it's a niche quality fragrance and it's a very high quality notes. No, it's a very mixed feeling up to now with me as well. It opens up citrusy, which is grapefruit, and that is pretty much synthetic. But when the frankincense, the incense kicked in, it changes it 360. It start to smelling really like a high quality niche, and the dry down. Surprisingly, the dry down that tonka bean and that leathery vibe mix with there is a ebony wood in that. I'm not sure about it, but I'm telling you what, there is a sweetness in the dry down. That sweetness was very prominent when I tested it in the summer. And I felt like in summers when I tested it that it probably a very strong fragrance, but now since it's winter in Middle East, so it is not coming as a very strong fragrance. However, it's very much and pretty much decent. That sweetness in the base does not come often in the winter. This is my observation. However, in when I tested in summer, there was pretty much out there. The tonka and the leather in the base was coming. So you can see there are three stages of this fragrance. So this is not a linear fragrance, I believe. To someone who's looking for a bang for a buck, I would say go ahead, try Nuit the AC. Age, I would say 25 and above. It's pretty masculine smelling fragrance. Um, and the best thing about this fragrance is it's still very unique. I mean, it's 2020 and it's been 6, 7 years now. It's out there, and still you will not find this DNA. You will not find this scent profile common among you. So I highly recommend it. I bought it for, like I said, 75 ml for $30 around. So what else you can ask? Great bottle presentation, everything. Great smelling fragrance for from my side, and I believe this fragrance should get it should be appreciated, and other reviewers should give it a chance also. If you see, if you go online, there are not much people talking about this fragrance. I believe this fragrance got lost in between other fragrances, and people did not really get the idea what the perfumer was trying to get. So I highly recommend this fragrance. Have it in your collection, and you'll thank me later.